I know you're buddies with Burrow, or at least I know that you know him a lot better than I do. They blow out the Raiders today. He throws for 5 TDs. This guy, like, I think he's a serial killer. I really do. It was a joyless victory for him. He sat on the bench at the end.
That sideline shot on the bench was tough.
I don't know. Like, his expectations of himself and his team are so high, they're not allowed to have any joy. Like, am I right in saying that he's a serial killer?
Well, I think even your boy Gesicki said after the game that he is number one as far as like locked in, like his determination factor and how focused and locked in he gets to being successful and chasing greatness. Like, he's just never been around anybody like it. And it is rare. I mean, having spent some time with him when he got injured, when he tore his ACL was the same season that I tore my PCL and MCL. So we rehabbed both with Dr. Elatrash, who we also saw at the Yankees World Series game and came up and said hello to us. But Neil did Joe Burrow's surgery. So he, Joe and I linked up then. That's when we first actually ever got to be around each other. And so he came over and watched a couple NFL Sundays with me at the house. We watched games and would kind of get a chance to get to know each other and fellowship a little bit about playing at LSU and things. And that's when I really got to know this guy and realized this dude is, his mentality and how he thinks about things is rare, and almost his will to be able to make what he wants happen. And he just has a focus level that I think is infectious. And it almost, instead of like, I think sometimes we talk about guys who inspire people, like through the dude they are or through their affection or whatever to people, they inspire people to play better. He almost does it with his intensity and the focus he has. That's how he gets people around him to play better, because they feel if this dude's this locked in, and it means this much to him, I've got to get locked in, and it's got to mean that much to me. And I think it kind of carries across the building, his belief in what's possible. You saw today after the game, I think he said, I consider it a failure every time we have the ball and we don't score a touchdown. I will be upset.
But he believes that too. Like
100%. He's not joking.
Yeah, you could have another quarterback say that, and it's kind of empty words. Like, you see it in his eyes. He believes that. He's an absolute killer. And he is so intimidating to me. Like, I'd love to go, shake his hand. I probably did at some point last year, but I don't know what to say to him. I don't want him to snap at me. I don't want to do anything wrong.
He's intense, Fitz. I will say this. If he doesn't know you well, sometimes that first handshake is intense. He is, especially depending on the time. Like, he's definitely one of those guys I put in the category of post game you want to say hello to. You don't want to talk to him like leading up to the game or even before the game.
But he didn't want to talk to Zach Taylor post game, or even he
doesn't want to talk to anybody. Zach Taylor has told me before, like, even like a team meeting, right? When you come in on Wednesday and you're about to have a meeting, like, hey, sometimes I have to be careful with like not a lot of banter and jokes or like anything silly. Like, if it's game week and it's a Wednesday, sometimes you as a head coach, you want to come in there and kind of warm the guys up a little bit. He's like, I walk in sometimes and I make eye contact with Joe and I'm like, nope, it's not that day. Like, today, let's just get straight to the plan. We're going straight to the game plan today. That's what we're doing, because that's who he is.
He scares the hell out of me.